for another Talk About It Tuesday. And I have a question that I'm sure a lot of you are contemplating, especially since you've been home and you have a lot of time on your hands and you're thinking about changing the course of your life. So listen to this. I'm contemplating going back to school, but I rarely see schooling leading to financial freedom. What is the value of college to someone whose goal is to be financially free? I love this question because sometimes we see some of the big name gurus, who have dropped out of school and they're the heads of huge corporations now and they're making, millions and billions of dollars in some cases. And so we say, well, what is the value of college? So let's just back up for a person who is not thinking about going back to school, but maybe a student graduating high school pursuing college. There's so much value in it, and I just have to use myself first as an example. I grew up in an impoverished neighborhood where there were not a lot of people who were going to college after high school, um, and it was amazing for me. It was such an eye-opening experience to be around people of different ethnic and cultural backgrounds, different levels of socioeconomic status, different religious beliefs, different ideological beliefs. There was such a flow of thought and diversity of thought that it opened my eyes to things that I would have never discovered living isolated in the community that I came up in. So the social value itself was amazing. I also had the ability, I was a college athlete, so the first time I ever got on an airplane was to go to an away game. So I got to experience that. I got to experience different clubs and organizations who opened my eyes to things. So I made lifelong friendships, lifelong relationships with people. So the value of the networking, right? The clubs, the organizations, the professional organizations, the fraternities, the sororities, all these things have such value in pursuit of anything that you're trying to do. And just in awakening you to a different way of seeing the world, there's value in college, right? Um, then, of course, there's your major. And so, again, I'll use my kids as an example. So I have three kids. My two sons decided to go to college, and my daughter decided not to. And I respect anybody who decides to pursue a different avenue. College is not necessarily for everyone, but let's talk about the value of it. So my oldest son was a business major in undergrad, went into the corporate world and realized it wasn't for him. And he went back to school to become an educator and found that that is his passion. But it doesn't stop him from taking the information he learned in business from also pursuing financial freedom at his pace. And so for him, he wants to pursue his passion. He wants to be paid for pursuing his passion, which is to be an educator. But he's also, implementing the things that he learned in his business courses. My youngest son is he majored in economics in undergrad, and now he's pursuing an MBA. And for him, it's phenomenal. We talk on the phone all the time. He's like, Dad, the stuff you talked about in stocks, they're talking about the stuff you talked about in business, they're talking about. And so for him, it's a refresher. And for other people, it would be brand new, but they talk about the very things that are necessary to be financially free. How to create passive income streams through business, through real estate, through securities investing. He's learning the ins and outs of that now while he's in school. My daughter took a non-traditional route, which is much more popular now in regards to educating herself. And so she pursues online courses. She's, of course, learning from her parents as well. But there is value in, again, the majors, the networking, and the things like that. However, people tend to go to college to get the piece of paper, and because the piece of paper is the key to getting you an interview to make earned income. So without that piece of paper, you don't even get in the door to get an interview in most cases to get a job. So the information, depending on your major, absolutely can help you in financial freedom, but you don't need the certification, so why pay? So for me, and again, my daughter, we do things called MOOCs, right? So MOOC is, I believe, what is a MOOC called? They're online courses that are given. massive open online courses. That's what it is. Massive open online courses. They call it MOOC for short. And so I've taken courses in business and marketing and economics and even some modern technologies from the best universities in the world, absolutely free. The only thing is I don't get credit for it. So I could never say I went to Harvard Business School and I took this course because I don't have a piece of paper because I didn't want to pay for it. Now, you can also take MOOCs and get certificates for particular courses, but I don't need that because I'm not pursuing a job. I don't need to show my certification to anyone. I need the information. So I go on edx.org, which is a great place to find MOOCs, or you can go on mooc.org, mooc.org, and find courses. I mean, literally in every major university around the world. I've taken classes in India, in schools in India, the top business schools there, in the US, of course, really around the world, in Europe, from my home online. And they're real courses. You really do have to do work. Uh, but the information is valuable. So don't think you can, you can become financially free without the information, that particular information regarding college, but colleges do offer information that can help you, right? And so it gives you good refreshers, right? Because when I started in business years ago, the world has changed, significantly. Technologies have changed. The way people market has changed. So many things have changed. It's good to keep taking these refreshers, and why pay when you can actually, do the entire class for free? So if you're talking about going back to college because you want some type of certification because you need to show it to somebody to get a job, then pay for it, right? Because you can. But if you're talking about becoming financially free and you just need the information, you can literally go to college and take all the classes you want absolutely free. So again, edx.org is a great place to start, or MOOC, mooc.org is another great place to start. But the information is invaluable in your pursuit of financial freedom. So hopefully that answered your question. Keep the questions coming, and leave some comments. Let me know what you think. If you have some other resources, definitely share them with everybody. And I'll see you next Tuesday.